Alrighty. Well, to all you that might be watching on YouTube, this is a poetry reading I do with some friends of mine. I read some of my own poetry and some other people's. So welcome. Like and subscribe, as they always say on YouTube. All right. I like to start with a little body mind centering, which I do by rubbing my hands till they get a little warm. And put them right over your eyes where they fit nicely. Do that a couple times. Get rid of my hair. Alrighty, so I'll put on my glasses. Well, I finally have a new book. Does that show backwards to you guys? I don't know. But anyway, that'll be coming out soon. And I know, Glenda, I owe you another one too, so I'll be sending you two.
Okay, you keep telling me that, but
I know, you gotta keep reminding me. I'm old, I forget things.
I'm older than you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have no excuses. Okay.
If I can remember, you can remember.
That's true. I'll put it on my calendar. Well, let me read a couple out of the new book here. It's called Alone. On a flight from LA to Denver, I'm sitting in the window seat peering down. Maybe we are over the Mojave Desert or the canyon lands of Utah. The terrain is desolate and vast. Nothing but tan sands and black basalt hills. Nothing green growing. And then suddenly, at the end of a long, straight dirt road, is a house with a bit of green around it. Oh my God, who could be living down there? But as I think about it, I have a pleasant feeling. Maybe it's an ancestral feeling of people leaving crowded Europe, fleeing religious orthodoxy. All that space I feel I could breathe in. I could find skulls or beautiful, unexpected cactus flowers, paint them like Georgia O'Keeffe. I could feel my mind free of the crowded thoughts we live with in the city. I could think about important things, like where are we here? I could be like Jesus in the wilderness and not feel alone. Maybe feel less alone than in the city. And as I sit in the evening and watch the sun set over those black hills, my doubts would sink with it, and the coyotes howling would be company enough.
I like the line, crowded thoughts in the city. That's a great line.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was, well, obviously that was an actual event, seeing that little, I've had that before. When I fly over, especially the west, when it's so desolate, and then all you look down, and all of a sudden you'll see some little house out in the middle of nowhere. Actually, this is on that same trip. I arrived in Milwaukee. It's called Art. I'm not very good. I'm not very creative on titles. We're walking up to the art museum in Milwaukee. The architect has patterned it after a ship. Indeed, 2 giant sails open and close each day. Such creativity invites awe. Inside there is the usual old masters section, dark portraits of serious-looking nobility or religious figures. It was a period of somber realism. Walking along through the ages, we come to the Impressionists, experimenting with color and movement. Still later, we come to the Surrealists and Cubists, exploring the absurdities of modern life. And then we come to the abstract painters, who seek meaning beyond form, splotches of color and formless form, culminating in pictures of only one color. We come back home and sit in the backyard. I'm looking at the pear tree filled with so many chattering finches. I can't help but think I like the Impressionists best. I imagine Monet sitting in his garden, Van Gogh striding over the fields, Georgia O'Keeffe reimagining poppies. Yet when I let my eyes lift upwards to the pure blue sky, I can see why some painter might paint a totally blue canvas. Now when I see the sky and the landscape all together, it makes the whole picture. And when I experience that in myself, then I exist also in the picture. I like that one. Let's see, what else do I want to read? It's a poem I wrote a real long time ago. I found it and stuck it in this book. Poetry. When all the technology is sparking and smoking in the junkyards, a little girl will be scratching the ground with a stick. Poetry survives. Pictures on a smoky cave wall. Words breathed into the wind. A time before progress. We lived like birds, flying in our imagination, unfettered by logic, and science was metaphor. And let me read once more. This is called Washing Away. The path winds through grasslands, then we see the blue Pacific. When we come to the promontory point and sit on the beach there, we see many rocks jutting out of the water. Some are mostly submerged, other higher ones are covered with white bird guano. Constantly the ocean batters them. They seem impervious, but we know bit by bit they are being washed away into sand. Like these rocks, time is washing me away, but I don't notice it. I present a hard face to life, resisting thinking of my demise. But in that resisting, I also resist life. If I welcome the crashing waves, might I dissolve into my life and find my true self swimming in the blissful sea of knowing? All right. What was that? What else is coming? Okay. Oh, Glenda, you sent me some. Let me see. You sent me a few here.
Yeah, I sent you that one about you, just because I found it in my memories.
Oh, have I already read that one?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll pass on that one. I'd be too egotistical to read it. Well, how about I read An Afternoon?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. This is by Glenda. Read An Afternoon. Wind blows through the wind chimes. A chickadee perches in symbiotic song. The woodfinch pauses at a recently filled feeder. Tiny buds of green fill the maple tree's branches. Daffodils bravely reach for the sun. A squirrel builds his condo of grass and twigs, prepared for a family of furry brown children. I like that, furry brown children. But I open my book and down I fall, lost in words on a page speaking to my mind. Turning a page, I glance at the window, enchanted by finches and cardinals and wrens, but not enough to put my book aside, for a book can take me away from my life, what may be there when my eyes grow heavy. I stubbornly read on, a kaleidoscope of time, surrounding my thoughts, gathering my abstractions. So I climb into pages that reach for my senses. But I notice the wind chimes still tinkle and sway. Still I notice the green maple trees. And I smile at the dance of my graceful winged friends. That sounds like me. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's see, should we read your next one too? It's not too long. Okay. Rain memories. Now this is for your rain time. Rain memories. The night is softly fragrant, misting my face with its fresh tears. I remember other warm nights, other twilight times. Wind blows faintly against the curtain, bringing in the mist. And I drink in the moistness, feeling my skin's thirst. How melancholy is the rain, yet childish innocence lingers there for me. Memories of other rains, other winds, when I was small and loved to hear the steady drum, the whisper, when sleep was far away and I felt close to a gentle mist and murmurs on the breeze. Paints a nice picture.
Thank you.
Lovely. Okay. Well, let's see. A little time. We'll read some other folks. This is James Wright. A breath of air. I walked when love was gone out of the human town for an easy breath of air, beyond a break in the trees, beyond the hang-dog lives of old men, beyond girls. The tall stars held their peace, looking in vain for lies. I turned like earth to go, and owl's wings hovered bare on the moon's hills of snow, and things were as they were. Let's see. Sometimes he has funny titles. This is titled Depressed by a Book of Bad Poetry. I walk toward an unused pasture and invite the insects to join me. Relieved, I let the book fall behind a stone. I climb a slight rise of grass. I do not want to disturb the ants who are walking single file up the fence post, carrying small white petals, casting shadows so frail that I can see through them. I close my eyes for a moment and listen. The old grasshoppers are tired. They leap heavily now. Their thighs are burdened. I want to hear them. They have clear sounds to make. Then lovely, far off, a dark cricket begins in the maple trees. Maybe I'll read one more. Beginning. The moon drops one or two feathers into the field. The dark wheat listens. Be still, now. There they are, the moon's young, trying their wings. Between trees, a slender woman lifts up the lovely shadow of her face, and now she steps into the air. Now she is gone, wholly into the air. I stand alone by an elder tree. I do not dare breathe or move. I listen. The wheat leans back on its own darkness, and I lean toward mine. Let's see. This one by Rilke. The hour is striking so close above me, so clear and sharp, that all my senses ring with it. I feel it now. There's a power in me to grasp and give shape to my world. I know that nothing has ever been real without my beholding it. All becoming has needed me. My looking ripens things, and they come toward me to meet and be met. This is kind of a new book I bought on Voices of Light, spiritual and visionary poems by women around the world, from ancient Sumeria to now. So here's an oldie from the 5th century BCE by somebody named Govindasvamin. Holy sixth day, in the woods they worship the trees. Then my heart beat hard at how far I was going into the woods. A snake appeared in front of me, and I fell down. I started writhing and rolling this way and that way. My dress fell off. My hair burned along my back. Thorns scratched me everywhere. Suddenly, who am I? Who was I? How I love those celebrations. Okay. Sounds like she went into some kind of ecstasy there. Let's see. Oh, here's an anonymous Sanskrit song. When he comes back to my arms, I'll make him feel what nobody ever felt. Everywhere me vanishing into him, like water into the clay of a new jar. Let's see. Here's one by somebody named Ruth Stone, Green Apples. In August, we carried the old horsehair mattress to the back porch and slept with our children in a row. The wind came up the mountain into the orchard, telling me something, saying something urgent. I was happy. The green apples fell on the sloping roof and rattled down. The wind was shaking me all night long, shaking me in my sleep, like a definition of love, saying, this is the moment, here, now. Oh, that's lovely. Let's see. Let's read another one of hers. Finding Myself. Thursday, the 20th of July, came to me and said, I will give you this one elastic day. Snap it shut or stretch it out. Stretch it like bread dough. So I put my hands in kneading and pulling. It was a gauze bag day. The bluebell flower opened at the tip of its stalk. I am a body not equipped to take every flag downhill, but looking at all the exits and entrances, I chose white wine in a plain glass goblet, and wearing a flannel nightgown, I went barefoot in the uncut grass. The temperature rose. The yeast began to work. Every spider took to the air. The cells of my skin puffed and tugged, and with a great shout let go their tethers, until looking up, I saw myself like a cloud, like ectoplasm, like an angel among the branches of trees. Then peeling layer after layer, I went to it, letting go, until only the elemental worm remained, letting itself down on a string of spittle. Wow, that's a lot of images in there. Ruth Stone, I never heard of her. I kind of like her though. Here's another one by her. Once more, oh, my crows, when you return in April, your harsh voices, your dark cells rowing the raw air. You males who made it home to the mountain, this shadow below you in the orchard, it is me, triumphant, listening to rocks smashed downstream in the snowmelt. And maybe one more by Ruth. The mothers. Working out of mind, the wind says, I take little or nothing. I exchange one thing for another. I rearrange. Bother the. I rearrange. Bother, the sand says. She will not let me be. Slap, slap. I cannot help it. I have no bones of my own. I am the mother of everything. I am the lap of the world. Dissolve in me, says the ocean. We are the white eyes, sing the Himalayas. We are the frozen cones of eternity. We are the paradise of goats and tigers. We hide the abominable. Only the wind, only the melting snows can wear us away, grain by grain. We are the land of the impossible. We are the mothers of sand. The sun flings her fiery hair on the dark body of the universe. Here are my offspring, she croons. I will eat them all in time. I will grow one with my dark love, in nothingness of nothing undefiled. But they follow me like ducklings, my pitiless maimed little ones, with their cracked moons, and my close, once perfect, blue suffering child ravaged. I am the mother of sorrow. Oh, I got a little darker. Ruth Stone. Okay, I never heard of her. Yeah, okay. Might be time for a little. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a couple little Zen poems, and then I'll do some Marys. This is from a Zen harvest. The computer is giving me some kind of nonsense. Okay. Wish I could let them listen to the sound of snow falling at midnight in the old temple of Shinoda Forest. We know the Dharma is true as it's being preached, but we forget as we leave the Zendo. Ears hear and eyes see, then what does mind do? Listening, no-minded. Why, it's me, the sound of the valley. Okay, let's read a few Marys, and that'll be it. This is Mary Oliver. Summer morning. Heart, I implore you, it's time to come back from the dark. It's morning, the hills are pink, and the roses, whatever they felt in the valley of the night, are opening now. Their soft dresses, their leaves are shining. Why are you laggard? Sure you have seen this 1,000 times, which isn't half enough. Let the world have its way with you, luminous as it is, with mystery and pain, graced as it is with the ordinary. What am I? Okay, small bodies. It is almost summer. In the pond, the pickerel leap, and the delicate teal have brought forth their many charming young, and the turtle is ravenous. It is hard sometimes, O Lord, to be faithful. I am more boldly made than the little ducks, paddling and laughing, but not so bold as the turtle with his greasy mouth. I know you know everything. I rely on this. Still, there are so many small bodies in the world for which I am afraid. Okay, let's do one more. Crow says, "There is corn in the field. What should I think? What should I think of else? Anyway, my thoughts are all feathery. I prefer simple beak talk. Maybe it's having wings. It does not. It does make a difference. As for that business about brothers, of course, I'm concerned that we share the corn to the extent that I get my plenty. As for later, how can later exist? When old crows die, I don't cry. I peck at their silly staring eyes and open my wings and fly to whatever I want to. I've forgotten both father and mother, even the pile of sticks in which I was born. Well, maybe now and again, and mostly in winter, I have strange, even painful ruminations. When you're hungry and cold, it's hard to be bold, so I sulk. I do have dreams sometimes in which I remember the corn will come again, and vaguely when I feel that I'm almost feeling grateful to something or other. All right, dear ones, I'm going to sign off now.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Glenda. Barbara, did you enjoy it? Barbara, are you there? Maybe Barbara had to leave, I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm going to sign off now and see you all next week. Have a lovely
Bye-bye.
have a lovely week.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Bye.